Okay, step 1 from Brock's Performance Instructions. Get a number 6 Allen and remove the original exhaust cover. Try not to lose anything here. That just slides right off, no big deal. Step 2 is that little bolt right there. It's on the kind of the base of the exhaust. The other side, the bolt is welded, so all you gotta do is get this nut out. I've already loosened it up a little bit, so I should be able to get it out pretty easy here. And step 3 is getting this bolt out. Just like the other side, it is a number 12. There's the next one. Same size, same story. So we had a longer bolt with a nut on the back side, then a shorter bolt right here, and now I believe this thing will just come out. Just gonna pop it off that header pipe, and there we go. And you know what? That is a big freaking muffler for a little bike. Number 5 is right down there at the base. Again, I think the nut on the back is welded, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. So far, all of these are 12s. That one's a little tight. That's the tightest one so far. And then there's number 6 and number 7 right there, and it looks like they are both the same size also. Now if you want to access these with your socket, you got to take these off, so I'm not going to do that. Just going to get it with these. Keep the dirt out here. Oh, and here's the other problem is there's load on this, so if you lift up this, that might make it easier too. I can get that. There we go. Once you get the tension off it, you can do that. And there we go. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. We need to remove both of those, and I think, yeah, they're 8 millimeters, so I'm going to try to... When you get 2 hands on it, you can get it going. That was kind of a pain. Here's the top one, and that's why it was hard to get out. It's Loctited in there. When I first go on this one, I stripped part of it. Thank goodness I was able to get a hold of it with the next one, so be careful with these. Next we got to position this bracket into place. It's going to go on the outside of the master cylinder. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I don't know if this is going to show up, but the bottom bolt doesn't want to come out unless you move this out of the way. But that means when you stick this back on, you're going to have to do it when it's out of the way too, or else it's not going to fit in there. So you're going to have to jimmy around that thing so you can get it in there. And I'm hoping, yeah, there we go. Get it in and then get that thing placed back in the right spot. Maybe tighten it down finger tight if it'll let me. Maybe not. Anyway, the top screw is pretty easy to put back on. All you gotta do is aim it up. And so far, All this stuff is fitting really nicely. If I can get these in, I'll be set. Okay. So now it's just about tightening these beggars down, which is no fun only because they're placed in such a tight place, but it's not that big of a job. It's just going to take a while. Okay, now I gotta fit this on here, and it is a tight fit there. There we go. It's going in. I don't know how much further that's gonna go. That might be it. I don't know if those will fit on. I need to check. I kind of want you to see how tight that is. I mean, there's like barely a gap in between there. I think this thing said to tighten it down only to 10 foot-pounds, so it's not super tight, but that's what you're left with. And it looks like you can still shift it around a little bit from there. Next it says attach the header spring, and they give you a little tool to do it, which is pretty cool. Next we're going to put the short meg onto the header and then attach the spring. So I'm kind of lining that up there. Looks like it goes on pretty easy. Also kind of lining it up with the hole. Spring goes on next. So I guess it doesn't really matter which way you start from. I'm going to start from there and then pull this up to meet up here. There we go. I don't know if you can see that, yeah? And that is that. Don't know if there's enough light to see here, but this is like just about our last part. It's got an Allen on the front. It would be nice if it was this size, but I don't think it is. No, it's an 8. So we'll snug it into place by hand first. And it looks like we got a washer. It needs to go in the middle. Spacer kind of deal. Washer on the outside, spacer in the middle. Then I lied. It's a 6 here. All the other ones are 5s. And you just kind of have to push it into place, and then it'll. This is a 13. Yep. And that's exactly what it is. This is a 13. So I'm just going to give it a little bit more tight. Last thing they say to do is to wipe it down with some alcohol, just to make sure you don't have any oil on there when you start it. I guess maybe that discolors it or something. So I'll do that now. After all this work, I want to definitely hear what it sounds like. Bigger. It'll actually fit over the top.